Wow. So I was actually going to cover this anyway, but it sounds like it's the talk of everyone's evening. So, wow, happy Friday. I cannot believe, like, we've got to talk about it. Everybody, so a couple things happened today. The first thing, and I'll cover this in more depth, but the UC Berkeley School of Public Policy, literally they're hiring two new positions. One is an assistant professor for like Black African advocacy or some bullshit, and the other one is like, I don't know. These are affirmative action positions. Everyone can call them what they are, but here's the thing that I do not understand. Like, dear UC Berkeley, we know for shizzle that you give no fucks about Black people or Black life. Please be honest with your bullshit. Like, we all know that you don't care about us. And also, we can't even have I don't know why people keep talking about leftist this and right that. Like, there's two sides. There ain't two sides. Like, if we're talking about Africa, there's 54 fucking countries, and that's like 54 different issues, and everybody's different. There's not only like brown people in fucking Africa. It's a fucking continent, not a country. 54 countries there, and everybody has different shit. So, okay, then there's this thing, yes, like America has a very specific kind of anti-Black racism that is rampant in this city, in every fucking city. Like, I was like, actually, I thought about this the other day, and I realized, like, what I've been doing is just having conversations with my friends, and I've been having those, and I've normalized those conversations so much that I feel like I've made a proper video about this, but clearly, like, I have not. And like, I was literally working at Whole Foods like last year, and literally, like, I got fired for standing up when someone called three white employees called Jay-Z a monkey and went on for like 30 fucking minutes describing how he was a monkey. And I'm listening to this, and I like had enough, so I called them like ugly white people, and I was like, are you fucking kidding? And everybody was mad. Oh my god, I can't believe you said something about it. Like, y'all think that the racism stopped, or that they're like different or new people. How can I say this? There ain't. Like, there's not. These are the people. Here they are. Like, if you were looking for them, look around. This is how they look. Are we joking here? Like, I don't understand at all. They don't like Black people. They do not like Africa. That is the definition of what a racist is. Like, why are we still talking about this shit? Like, we don't know who everyone is. There's books, articles, blog posts, YouTube channels, white-faced, black-faced videos, Asians making black-faced videos. Like, we know what it is. We ain't confused. Like, this doesn't make any sense. So to hear everybody be up in arms about, like, literally nobody knows what colonialism is. Like, I will put some links in the description box. Like, looks like Wine and Chill has been doing a whole series on what colonialism is and what the colonizers are. But like, I think some of y'all think shit just falls out of the sky, and everybody talks about all this earned privilege. Okay, yes, right. Everybody who was born white during a time of slavery, everybody earned the shit that they got, while other people were literally in chains and whips, were shot and killed. Here in this country now, like, there's people like who are still alive who were slaves, like, or their like grandmothers were. They're still alive. They've never gotten anything for that, ever. Nothing ever. Harvard literally just produced an entire research study about how slaves built Harvard. They got nothing. Nobody got admission. Nobody got an extra token for having built it for free. Nobody got there. Nothing. Affirmative action has actually never helped the descendants of slaves get into Harvard. It's never happened. The people who are getting into Harvard are wealthy Africans who go to... It's Tyla and the gang who are making, like, songs about private school in Africa and, like, what is it called? Blood and Water. Those rich Africans, and that's who's going to Harvard. The descendants of American chattel slavery are not getting into Harvard. Say what you want, but the descendants of slaves aren't getting in. Black people are. rich black people from Africa. This is what I'm talking about. Y'all saw me post all those photos with Josh. I'm telling you, every time y'all walk around and you're portraying all this like anti-blackness on rich ass African people, because that's the only people who are fucking here. Like, everybody else is dead or in jail. Nobody survived. There aren't any survivors. Like, y'all have a false sense of who you're looking at and who you're talking to. There aren't any regular black people. What? That doesn't exist. There aren't any black people in the middle class. They're either poor or they have some crazy like poverty story, like a YG story. You can't use Kanye West, bro. He grew up in fucking China. Like, he's been writing albums and producing shit for like 20 years. You can't even compare like Diddy's kids. Like, they're rich. Like, super rich, uber rich. Everybody, even like people are talking about power. Like, how rich is 50 Cent? After he got out of jail, this nigga went to the club and he's been in the club ever since. He was just in Germany yesterday singing in the club from like 10 years ago. There ain't no regular black people. Everybody's dead. And I don't understand. Like, I cannot, and like the way that Brett Cooper is talking about this fucking queen as if we all thought of that old white bitch as like something important. Are you joking? You gotta be fucking kidding me. You're insane, Brett. You sound stupid. You do. It sounds like you literally know nothing about American history. You know who the queen is around here? Fucking Beyonce. That's why she's got stands and crowns everywhere and is rolling around in capes and all type of shit. The queen in America is Beyonce. So everybody else can feel their feelings, but that's how it goes. And we don't have like a formal queen. If there was one, it would be Beyonce. I think all the stats are in. Beyonce has done more for planet Earth than Queen blah 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 who just died. And I think it's kind of shady to be out here and be like, oh, we feel bad that she's dead. I mean, I'm not wishing death upon anybody, but at the same time, like, she did nothing for me, and she did help contribute to colonialism, which killed so many black people. Like, not like a few, like millions, like hundreds of millions of black people died. I don't see Brett talking about that shit at all. It's not two ways. Either you care about life and justice or you don't. And either way, like, nothing bad happened to her. Like, she died of old age. That's like a normal thing that's gonna happen to old people. Everyone, like I said before, everyone is not going to like you. Everyone does not like or respect there's no such thing as human decency. There's not some like human code. Otherwise you wouldn't have like, how can you talk about human decency, especially like human decency in America, when there are just so many active like hate groups that are out like these are the people who you're trying to like rationalize shit to. People with a 7th grade reading level. That's who you're trying to pander to? Are you joking? I can't even, it's people are just so out of touch. Like, they just really do not understand. They like really, really, truly believe that like the Lord of the Rings and whatever other show about fictional white people is like true. And it's just like, world history is real. World history is like a real thing. Like, there are real queens and kings and castles and shit. And for most of history, like, those people were not whites. America just fooled everybody, and then we got the internet and Instagram, and now everybody's a queen. Like, come on, bro. Come on. Get the fuck up out of here. Then you got a whole bunch of other people who want to come out and like say additional Jeff Bezos condemned it. Like, shut the fuck up, Jeff Bezos. Nobody asked you. You never said shit about anything. Like, so many things have happened in this country that have been awful. Did you see Jeff Bezos tweeting about any of that shit? No. Like, why does anyone care what these motherfuckers say anyway? Like, I'm so confused. I really don't understand. And you can't say it's about, like, there's no human fucking decency. These are the same people. That's what I mean. There's not two groups of people. There's one. And most of them are shitty. And they've been shitty. They're trash. These are the leaders? Get the fuck out of here. It's about economic power and money and resources. And now that we have so many examples of black people who have power and resources and really have like overcome, how do you say this, racialized poverty, and are now trying to do something to give back to the communities from which they've come, and there are other people who are gaining access to the benefits and voting power of an American democracy for the first time ever, now all of a sudden we want to have conversations about what should be decent for everyone and talk about people being on the left. The weird part of this is like, especially for black people who've like been indoctrinated into Christianity all across Africa, like why do they keep talking about the left as if it's black? Like, if you're talking about the religious freaks who live by the book, they're all fucking black. Like all Africans are like extra religious. Most of them are like extra religious. Like it's not even like they're kind of religious, like they're super fucking religious. Honestly, it's just frustrating in so many ways. Like it's so frustrating. It's so and I know it cannot just be me. It's there. I can't even. It just doesn't make any sense. You know, like it doesn't make any sense because, like, everyone has access to the information. So you can't sit up here and be like, we didn't know. It's like, no, you know. No, you know. We all know. We know. Like, you know, and I know, and we know, and no one is confused. Like, there's no counter argument. You can be ill-informed and like have an additional story, I suppose. It doesn't make any sense to me. I don't understand. I really, truly, I don't understand. And it's very, very frustrating. It's so frustrating. I don't know. It's just, ugh.